She makes me smile. She started her career singing gospel in a church choir at age 4. After more than 40 years in the music business, she's still going strong. Midnight Train to Georgia, I heard it through the grapevine, and my favorite, the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, that's my favorite. Just a few of the hits she made popular. I'm happy to welcome the very, very talented Gladys Knight. Gladys, welcome to the show.
Hi, Roger.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love
you?
this song. Tell me about the background of that song, or how you recorded Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. I don't know why. I love that song.
You know, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me came to me actually from a friend. Vegas was another kind of Vegas in those days. You know, we had wonderful, talented people there, like Danny Thomas. Okay?
Yeah.
And Danny used to come see our show all the time. We used to go see Danny. He was playing at the Sands. And I went to see his show one night. We were sitting kind of almost down front, and he was on stage, and he looked, they said, Gladys. I said, yeah. He said, hey, what's up? He said, wait, I got a song for you to do. Now, he's on stage now in the middle of his show now.
You're kidding.
He said, I got a song for you to do. You know, my wife says, you the one to sing it, right? So he sang this song, Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, on the show. So when we came backstage that night, he said, did you like it? I said, I loved it. He said, why don't you record it? I said, really, we can have this song?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, we recorded it, and the rest is history.
Wonderful song.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
When did you start singing? How old were you?
Well, actually, I was 4. I was 4, yeah. Even though I was in the church choir at that time, the church started to sponsor me in recitals.
I thought that was just something in your bio. She started singing at the age of 4, but you really did. What's the first song you sang?
Let's see. First song, well, there were a few of them because I was doing recitals, and I had 3 different categories. I remember this. How do I remember this?
Come on, tell me this.
I had 3 different categories.
Sing me 2 notes of the first song you ever sang.
Lullaby and Good Night. Brahms' Lullaby.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And I did things like that, and Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, Go Down Moses, Because of You, Be My Love.
Did you know you were going to grow up to be a famous singer, or what did you think you were going to do when you grew up?
I had no idea. I was going to be an airline stewardess after they started doing that.
Is that right?
And I was going to be a nurse because my mom was a nurse, and I was really into wanting to help people, that kind of thing. So I thought I was going to be that. Never really thought about I was going to be a singer. It was something my mom and dad kind of cultivated. Not that they wanted to be show business. They just believed in us not being idle.
Who was the biggest inspiration in your life?
I have to say my mom.
Mom?
Yeah.
Describe her to me. 3 words. What are the first 3 words that come to you? Say mom?
Okay. Mom, spiritual. It's 2 words. No nonsense. And creative.
Creative?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. She was a singer, but not like that. But she had this vision. You know, I mean, even when the Pips and I got together, she dressed us. Our code of ethics came from her and the rest of the family. About show business, it was just certain things that we didn't do, like sitting around in the audience with your uniform. It was a certain level of class. So
professionalism and class.
Yeah. You know, it's just the way she went about things.
The name Pips, I think I know how they got the name. Somebody, your brother was called
My
Pip?
cousin.
Or your cousin was called Pip?
Yeah, James Woods was his real name. It was my mother's sister's son. And he was just a man about town. And when Mom said, well, y'all should do that, you know, we sang at Bubba's birthday party. It was the first time the Pips...
Your brother Bubba?
My brother Bubba. And we did a talent show that night. So we sang together because we were in the church choir. So we were used to singing together, so we did that. And after the party was over, my mom and the rest of the moms were sitting around and said, well, that sounds good. You guys want to continue doing that? That's how we formed the group. So then my mom, one day, I heard this conversation too, said to Pip, you should get these children some engagements. That was her very words.
Really?
Uh-huh. And he said, I got time to be bothered with them children. That's what he said.
What's the first engagement of Gladys Knight and the Pips?
I remember that too.
What was it?
It was a tea at the YWCA on Tatnall. I remember it well. And we made $10.
You're kidding.
I'm serious.
Oh, my God.
And it was 5 of us in the group then.
How many Pips over the years?
Different ones?
Yeah.
No different ones. People left the group. It was 5 of us. There was William, Bubba, Eleanor, and my sister Brenda and I. Then the 2 young ladies left, and my 2 cousins, my cousin Edward joined us, and another friend from school. He didn't stay with us long. Langston George, he didn't stay with us long. So subsequently, that was the rest of the group that took us through the other 30-some years.
What was your first hit?
Every Beat of My Heart.
Every Beat of My Heart.
1961. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Hey.
whoa, 61. What? Did you know that you'd made it at that time, or were you thinking, did you say, this is it, I've made it, I'm there? What?
You know, I still think about that now, like, am I going to make it or not?
Really?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I can never see this Gladys Knight that people, and I feel honored when they say, oh, you know, sometimes because I've been out here so long, you're a legend, you're this. I say, really?
Yeah.
You know?
You are. I'll
But,
tell you, I may have 3 or 4 favorite singers, but you are one of them, and have always been.
Thank you.
You are just have that sound that is unbelievable.
Thank you so much.
You are so good.
You are so
and I've
gracious.
always known, because you have a great reputation in the business of being a very classy lady.
Well, thank you.
That's it's
I
just
love
very
this
impressive
business.
to meet you. Yeah.
I feel so blessed to be doing something that I love doing.
Did you choose to live in Las Vegas because you could work there and you don't have to travel as much, or why?
That was part of it, but my children actually chose to live in Las Vegas. 1967, we were playing the lounges in Las Vegas,
Right.
which was a wonderful time. And my mom didn't fly, and we got her to come out there for the first time, got her on a plane.
And she refused to go back,
She
so you had
fell in love with the place. So
She
when
just didn't want to get on a plane and go back. So,
Right.
so she bought a house, and you've lived there ever since.
Well, they went out there. She took the kids out there every summer
Really?
From school, and they would spend their summers there. So when I got ready to make a change in 1978, I asked them, because I knew I was going to be on the road, well, where would you guys like to live? I mean, Mom has to make a change. I got to leave here. I was in Detroit. So where would you like to go? Unanimously said, Las Vegas. I said, what's in Las Vegas?
Those girls, those tall girls
Tall
with those great
girls.
legs and those little slot machines down at the laundromat, I think.
But they taught me this city. They taught me roller skating rinks. They taught me movie theaters. They
Actually,
taught me
Vegas has more churches than I think any. Don't they?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. They may need
Anywhere.
them, but on the other hand, they do have more.
It's a wonderful little city.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really is.
it's
Growing leaps
underrated.
and bounds. But,
Has it changed? The crime rate went up recently, and then, but
Yeah.
also they've had, they've changed the gaming, how the big hotels and so on to more family-oriented
Yes.
fare, right?
I mean, it's a family town. It's almost more of a children's town now than it is.
Circus,
Oh,
and those kind of
everything.
places.
You know, the MGM Grand has a little mini Disneyland out there. You know, it's just real. But I thought, long time ago, we used to do special shows for the children. When I said, where are all the kids? You know, and we used to bus them into the casino, bring them in the back way, and do a special show for them in the lounge.
Really?
We were at the Flamingo Hotel, and they allowed us to do that.
Yeah, because kids are not allowed to walk through the
the casino.
The casino.
But I mean, it's changed now.
Right.
And I'm so glad they're getting back to entertainment like it was a long time ago. Everybody for me, you know, they got rid of the lounges.
Right, right.
Bad move. No.
That was a bad move. I knew a lot of people started in the lounges.
Come on.
Shecky Green and Don Rickles used to work. I mean, there were a lot
Absolutely.
of guys like that.
I
and-
worked with them.
Yeah.
You know, it was a wonderful time. And you had somewhere not to be so formal and learn your craft. Entertainers today don't have that. Anyway, they're getting back to sort of like the star policy, getting back away from the production shows. And it's really wonderful.
Yeah.
The city is wonderful.
How has show business changed? I know the nightclubs aren't there anymore where you used to be able to go and work. Nightclubs in New York, now they have cabarets where they don't pay anything.
That's true.
On the other hand, I guess some people get a chance to start out.
But it's a mega bucks business, though,
Yeah.
still.
You have to fill an arena. You have to.
Yeah, you do. Now, I'm not crazy about that. I like to see my people, touch my people, and that kind of thing, you know, when I'm performing to them. So,
How many weeks a year do you work now, and how much time do you take off?
I work year round. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on. Are you that driven?
Hey.
You don't enjoy the downtime. You like the work.
Yes, I like to work, and I enjoy the downtime, but, I mean, there's so many people out of work today. I'm amazed that I'm still around being in the profession that I'm in, because when I see the young acts today, they're here today and gone tomorrow. You don't know who they were or where they are.
Well, a lot of them can't sing. They do it with electronic sound. They got these guys, and I'm sorry. I mean, tell me what you think of rap music. Give me an honest opinion of rap music.
Some rap music I like.
Do you?
To be very honest with you. When
I don't
when
understand
it's
it
really
all
saying
because they're
something,
saying it's not musical to me.
Right. That's part of it that's kind of in imbalance
And
to
some
me.
acid and this
Talking
rock
and
and this
is
electronic
not
stuff.
singing.
No, it sounds like construction outside my home. I mean, when you hear like bulldozers and things going on. Anyway, I got to take a break here. We're here with Gladys Knight. Oh, by the way, I want you to see this CD. What's it called? I don't have my glasses
It's
on.
Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight.
Just for you.
Just for you. And you stay with me. What a sound. We're back with superstar Gladys Knight. Les Brown is the talk show host, motivational speaker. I guess he writes
Man
books.
of my dreams.
Man of your dreams,
Yeah.
huh? Is that going well?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's going well. Yeah.
How well?
Very well.
I mean, like, well? Is this going well?
well.
You know, I mean, is this real well? I mean,
Yes, it's real well. We've had a couple of dates to jump that broom, but, you know, things kind of come up. He lost his mom this year, and my mom got ill, and we put it off. And so little things been coming up, but we looking.
You think there might be a date out there in the future?
Yes,
when,
very much so.
when
Next
it'll be
year.
Gladys Knight Brown?
Yes.
Huh?
You know what? My
What?
namesake, my father's sister, they named me after her. Her name was Gladys Knight, right?
Yeah.
And when she got married, her name was Gladys Knight Brown.
Really?
And never did I, and she was my favorite aunt. I mean, she was wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of time with her growing up, and never did I think that I would be Gladys Knight Brown.
How do you feel about women taking the men's names? Well, some women don't want to do that today.
I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, not at all. I'm kind of on the real girl, feminine side. You know, I want all the things that you guys want to give us. You know,
Right.
open my door, help
Right.
me to sit down. You know,
Right.
I'll cook for you. I'll wash your shirts.
Hey.
You know,
Hey, if he doesn't marry you, give me a call, because it's very hard to find somebody who'll do that stuff.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
it.
Do you really?
Yes,
You
I
like
love being a
homemaker?
woman. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Well, I think that there are a lot of feminists. I think a lot of them are just looking for equality and looking for
Right.
equality in the workpise and that sort of thing.
Right.
And then there
I
are
can
some.
appreciate that. I don't mean to
Yeah,
knock their
yeah, but then there are
progress or
some who
whatever.
are just sort of don't like guys
Right.
very much.
I know. Well, see, I've always been independent.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't have a
You always
problem
had
with
your
my,
own money.
Yeah, and the pimps made me carry my own bags.
Did they
So,
really?
hey.
4 big, strong guys.
After we had been out there for a while, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they were teaching me how to take care of myself, which I think, in essence, was good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when somebody does that for me, in a way, it makes me appreciate it more.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But I can't pick up my own bag now.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know, that kind of thing, so.
That's good. I
Yeah.
think. Do you have a philosophy of raising kids? A lot of kids are getting in trouble today.
Yes, I do.
What is it? Spanking them, which I don't have any problem with.
Well, I do believe in that.
Yeah.
I do believe in it. Well, that comes from the Bible, spelled right, okay. But I don't believe in spanking per se.
Beating them or anything like that's crazy, you know.
Right. I think we need to be there for
Right.
them, okay? We got so wrapped up, in my opinion,
That's
we
right.
got kind of wrapped up into finding ourselves and wanting to be, I want to do my thing, and forgot that we had a responsibility to that. So we got a lot of kids floating around out there who don't have a spiritual philosophy, whatever it may be. No matter what your religion is, they don't have that. They don't have that example coming from home. See, home used to be the base, but we got so many broken homes now. So we got to take that double duty if we're going to decide not to have homes. You know, so I work very closely with my children, and that's not to say they're perfect, but you just got to be there for them. Yes, I believe that.
Is this problem of the kid with no parents a reversible problem in America, or are we headed in a real downward spiral here?
I think if we just take a little bit more time and get back to some of the basics. I don't believe in just taking progress and going all the way back. But we had extended families as well. If I care about your son like I care about mine, we can erase some of that. Some of that, okay? And we just got to be concerned for the whole. Like, I'm concerned about what's on TV, not just because my kids watch it, but they got to interact with those kids who do watch it.
That's right.
You see?
Did you forbid your kids from watching certain things? Did you
Of
tell
course I do.
You did?
I forbid them from watching, listening to certain music.
Really?
Yes, I do. And my grandkids the same way. Yes, I do.
And
You know,
don't they
and it's
say,
tough.
hey, who do you think you are, the chief of police? I mean,
Well, you know what? When they're brought up in that environment, they kind of accept that environment. If you expose them to other things and it becomes the norm, then, you know, they have something to say, well, you know, I ain't going to do that now. You know, so if you start out kind of like that way, my mom said start out like you can hold out, then it's a little bit easier to do it. So they come in here saying, well, no, you can't watch that. Our 2-year-olds and our 1-year-olds that we have.
what is a Gladys Knight song? When you're listening to music saying, boy, I want to record that, what do you say, that will work for me, that doesn't work for me? What's my sound? What do I do, you know?
Well, my thing is about life. Give me the lyric first, then give me the melody.
That's why I don't like some of the music out there. The
Yeah.
lyrics I
Yeah.
can't hear the lyric.
Right. They got a whole nother thing going.
Right.
And on top of that, the content is rather kind of off most of the time. And it's very difficult. We'll have to take another show to talk about that aspect of getting played on the radio amidst everything else that's being played on the radio, okay? If you do clean music. But you just have to hold fast.
Tipper Gore was against the dirty lyrics in music, and a lot of people said she was trying to create censorship. What do you think of that?
Oh, it's a cop-out. Censorship my foot. You know, if it's wrong, it's wrong. There's a right, same thing as right and wrong here.
Right.
You know, so let's don't give away the world and give away our kids and their minds and their morals in the name of censorship, please.
Hey, I'm with you. All right, we got to take another break here. We'll be back.
Don't get me riled up.
Hey, man, she's getting riled up. Okay. Grammy Award winner.
Just stop looking. Now you're cooking. It's got more maple in it.
You know what struck me about that the first time I saw that? Not the there's been a little controversy about that ad, but not the controversy, but the fact that you so courageously said, my grandkids. A lot of women will not.
I know.
They say, you know, call me Nana, not
call
Grandma.
Me
call me Charles, not Grandma. I mean, you like being a grandma?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I do. I
How
love
old are the grandkids?
My oldest one is 10, and we have one, let's see, 10, 6, 3, 4, 2, and 4 months.
Oh, that's great.
And half on the way. They ain't through yet.
And they ain't through yet. Before I come back to that particular ad, you said you opened a bakery in Las Vegas with
right after we did.
Why would you do that?
Well, my daughter had been cooking out of her kitchen. It kind of passes down in the family, the women in the family.
Right.
And she was cooking all these pastries and stuff out of her kitchen for her friends. And I said, I don't know, but you should do something with that.
This looks like a commercial venture
to me, you know. So she just kept plugging until we decided to open a bakery. And she came up with this idea. She said, you know, Mom, I really like to honor you guys in some way, because she calls all of my friends Auntie Dion, Auntie Patty, Auntie, you know. So
Patty
she came
LaBelle,
up, Dionne Warwick, Patty LaBelle, Natalie Cole.
Natalie Cole.
So she came up with this idea to do Cakes of the Stars. So she asked each one of us what was our favorite flavor. So we gave her our favorite recipes, and she made Cakes of the Stars. So each one of us have a cake that's featured in the bakery. It's Kenya's Gourmet Bakery.
Have you ladies decided to do a TV special together, the four of you? That would be something.
Well, we did.
Did you?
Yeah, me, Patty, and Dion did.
Yeah,
Because Sisters in the Name of the Love, in the Name of Love.
Natalie was not.
Natalie was not there.
That's what I thought.
So,
okay.
but we want to do one. We
really?
want to do, yeah.
That'd be fabulous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me go back to the commercial for a minute.
Okay.
Now, Aunt Jemima's pancake syrup. I grew up with that. I love it. It's the favorite. I grew up with it. It was in the family and so on. What kind of criticism did you get?
Oh, plenty.
What? What'd they say?
You know, well, they were saying a lot of things. They were saying that I sold out because they heard that it was a lucrative contract. I imagine one guy even had nerve enough to ask me how much I made. And that I was unaware of the black plight, and I was pushing this negative image, and I was getting.
It's kind of weird saying you're unaware of the black plight.
Yeah, they just don't know all the things I've done in the name of my people, which, you know, it's all right. Only thing that made me even want to respond, because I don't deal in gossip, people have the right to their own opinions about things, was that they kind of messed with my credibility. You know, we have to maintain a certain image if we're going to deal with our children. We have to let them know that we are aware, that we do command a certain amount of respect, okay? And when they kind of got to that, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
As if there's something wrong with...
Yeah, it's an excellent product.
Yeah.
Okay, it's been around for ages. My mama taught me about Aunt Jemima product.
Absolutely.
All right, and before her, my grandmother. So, you know...
Was the feeling that it presented the African-American in a...
demeaning light?
In a demeaning light, or in the old way of a maid or something?
You know how I feel about that? If you take everything out of context, it could mean one thing. If you leave it in context, even with Aunt Jemima being at that time, it was a sign of that time, the bandana.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So naturally, if you take it out and put it today, you have to allow people the room and the time to change and to progress. I feel Quaker Oats, and what they should do is do their own campaign. Quaker. They're doing so many wonderful things in the community. They're in connection with Dorothy Height, who is a exceptional person in our community, with the Black Women's Coalition, and doing some black female programs with her, to better or give young ladies a chance who want to be entrepreneurs and what have you. And they're doing some good things. So, it's just something that needs to be.
Is it behind you now? The controversy's over. They leave you alone, or are they still hammering on you about
Some of them still do, but I mean, I'm through with it. Once I said my thing,
Right.
that's not the reason that I did it,
Right.
and I wanted to make a statement so that they would have an opposition point, So it's okay because it's still a great product.
It is a great product.
I like that serve.
Yeah, I do too. As you can tell, I eat it.
And let them grow.
That's
They're
right.
going to a new. Her image is changed, but even when she had the bandana on, to me, she was a beautiful woman.
Absolutely.
She's gorgeous. Look at them dimples.
Absolutely.
I got dimples.
See, you look. Yeah, that's good. Now, would this make you more sensitive the next time you pick a product to endorse because of the heat you had to take? Did it cause you much stress personally, or are you okay?
No, not really, because I was aware when I went in. Only reason that would bother me is if what they were saying was true. None of what
Good
they were
for you.
saying was true.
Good.
And I can't go through life about that. I'm concerned anyway, whether they had said anything. I do my homework. Okay? So, and we talked about this before I even did the line. And what are y'all about now? What are you doing? This kind of thing. And with all of the things that they told me, I was very comfortable with it.
Have in show business, race relations has not been as big a problem as in normal society, general society, because I think all of us who worked in show business over the last 30 years, everybody got fairly comfortable with each other. But sometimes in society that's not in show business, there's still some discomfort. Are we progressing in general or not? Are we?
I think that it's a bit more subtle than it used to be. It's not as. I still don't like the politics as far as, say, record companies. They're divided within themselves, so it makes it very difficult for us just as performers. In our industry, you still have that little, pay edge and that kind of thing. We just got through going through this thing with the country thing that we did with MCA and the product that we released. That kind of thing, where there's a certain plan that they took to do that. Well, the same thing applies on this side. So you got black music over here and pop music. Hey.
That's music.
Hey.
Let me ask you about the rap music again. One of the issues in that was that it was demeaning to African American women, and I think that there are some lyrics that are and also, very tough on the police. Tupac Shakur recently was shot. I bet for about 30 seconds there he was looking for a policeman because at a certain point in life they become in very handy.
That's right.
Have you been outspoken, or have you said anything to your own kids about buying rap music and how they treat women?
Yes, I do.
What do you say?
I say that, but my oldest two kids are kind of like beyond that. My oldest son is actually my manager. And when he first started in the business, I was proud to see him do it. He was involved with some rap acts in the beginning. He was a promoter also to a degree. But after it really came about, I was proud to see him take a stand. And he gave up a lot of money because it was the popular thing at that time. He stopped producing rap acts. Shows.
Yeah.
He never got involved with their management. I can't do it. That kind of thing. I said, good for you. I say to my children, I have an 18-year-old who is into that, but he's very choicey. And he came right on the end of the Prince thing. So it was some things going on with that,
Yeah.
I say, I love Prince too, but it's certain things that Prince does you can't have.
Yeah, well, when he changed his name to some kind of a symbol, or so you say, hey, what's your name? What was a weird? That's pretty weird.
But he's still I'm sorry, he's a musical genius, but you just
He
have
needs
to.
a name, though. You got to get his name back.
Yeah, yeah. But you just have to take it upon yourself to censor certain things for your children. That's
now,
all.
I know about managers in show business. Now, how is it when your kid manages you and you say, hey, Ma, I thought you really didn't do that very well tonight? I mean, does he say that?
Yes, he does.
Does he really?
Uh-huh, and I tell him when he messed up, too. So don't you ever send me there. I'm telling
Don't
you.
ever send me
I mean, we go at it.
Do you really?
Yes, we do. But I have to say that, and there are a lot of people out there that still are still of the opinion that he's inexperienced and he's this, and a lot of them still think, well, that's your son, and that's. But he's really paid his dues, and he really went to school. And I've always been, in a sense, my own manager.
Yeah.
Even when I was with the Pips, I've been with big-time managers. See, that's what they don't understand, is that there's a choice here. So you tell me this, what's so different from that and this?
The one thing
I'm still gonna call the shot.
And in the final analysis, you do what you want. But the other thing is, you got a manager you know is looking out for your best interest.
Absolutely.
If it's your kid, and that's the first thing a manager has to do is look out for
Absolutely.
your best interest.
Absolutely, and he does that.
He does?
He does it very well.
Gladys, I have really enjoyed this. I've been looking forward to it. I know we've had a little trouble getting together, but I'd like to have you back anytime you're in
Oh,
town.
I love it.
Huh?
I
You're
really
just
would.
terrific.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Roger.
thank you.